There are more than 45,000 childhood cancer survivors in this country, and advocates are highlighting the need for more funding for research, clinical trials, faster access to treatment. Venetia Ramasamy was diagnosed with bone cancer when she was 15 years old. She's now navigating a system that she says has left her without critical supports. Venetia is joining us in studio this morning to walk us through. Good morning to you. Great to have you here.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Take me back to the time when you were 15 years old.
Sure.
You developed a persistent pain in your knee, right? Your left knee. It was intense. It was difficult to walk. You couldn't go up and down stairs. What were you thinking was happening at the time?
We actually had no idea. We had come here as refugees. We didn't really have a knowledge of the system or a voice in the system, and it was actually my high school teacher that advocated over 10 months to finally get me scans and noticed and knew something was wrong. And
you just knew it. And what were did you go to a doctor in that time, and what were they telling you?
Yeah, I just had, before I had scans, they were just saying it's growing pains, right? I'm 15, growing pains, muscle strain, that kind of thing, yeah.
So then you got the news that it was cancer, it was bone cancer.
Yeah.
That must have been a shock.
Yes, very much so. We didn't know what cancer was. We didn't have any experience in our family. From being here, we'd just been here a handful of years, and so we didn't know what we were doing. It was a system that wasn't made for us.
So you mentioned the fact, we're looking at some pictures, by the way, of you and your journey. You mentioned the fact, you were refugees, your family had come from Sri Lanka. What kind of supports were in place for you at the time when you're going through this?
When I was under 18, it was a lot easier because it felt like everything is taken care of by social workers and community foundations and just like childhood cancer, like government funding. But the instant I turned 18 and left that, the pediatric system, it was like I was sent out into a jungle to figure out for myself. So many, all the financial supports, physio supports, all that stuff just went away, and it was really, really difficult to figure out how to navigate that. Continues to be.
Continues to be, because your journey continued. You went through treatment, you were in remission, and then 3.5 years later, cancer came back, this time in your lungs, I understand?
Yeah, and it was a palliative diagnosis. I was given under 6 months.
Oh my goodness.
But thankful for a doctor who fought for me and fought for this system that wasn't made for me and wanted to make sure that I could try to survive, and I did.
You did.
And I had surgery and all that stuff. So I live with like half my lungs now and 3 ribs missing. But, there is a lot of survivorship challenges that come with that, and went through lung surgery again in 2021. And, the journey continues from 15 to mid-30s,
You're incredible. You're incredible. And to sit here and to tell your story, because that takes a lot of effort, and it's brave to do that too, to be so vulnerable and tell people about your journey. Throughout this whole process, what has your family been through?
My family has been through a lot. Right now, they're, should be enjoying retirement, but because of my sort of condensed functional life, I can't work, and they have to support me by working and taking care of me and taking me to all my appointments, my continued treatments. It's really, really difficult, the financial, the emotional toll. We came here thinking we'd fought the biggest battle, but this has been a really a long battle. The shadow of cancer looms.
Oh, that's interesting. The shadow of cancer. That's a really poignant way to put that. You say more critical support needs to be in place. So what changes would you like to see?
Yeah, so right now I'm on palliative pain treatments, a lot of monitoring for different organ dysfunction, bone dysfunction, nerve damage from chemo, and I think that so many of my peers have had, these inspirational stories of being survivors, but really the quality of life and what survivorship looks like is not so inspirational. It's actually quite dark and difficult, and you can't outrun that shadow. And I say there is a cost to survival. We've survived cancer, but there's way more treatments and things needed, more than just actual active cancer care, and we're really missing all those supports, and it makes our lives, I'm on full disability at mid-30s, and so what is survivorship? What is the quality of life look like?
Well, Venetia, we do appreciate you being here. The fact that you are putting a voice to this means that you are being an active agent of change. So thank you. We do appreciate it, and stay in touch.
Yes, for sure. Thank you so much.
If you like that video, make sure to subscribe to the Your Morning YouTube feed, where you can find all kinds of new content posted every weekday morning.